Well, hello there, folks. What's going on? Hey. How's trips going? Tonight we got a pretty. Well, that's kind of crazy. Got my pretty little ugly mug on my 50-inch screen TV back there. That is just, and I just can't stand that. But I'm gonna change that real quick. Hey, folks. What's going on? Let's turn down this here music. This is called controlled stress, I think. Anyway, hey, how's folks going? Got a good show for tonight. Open lines. We're going to go over the CERN stuff that happened yesterday. Judy Wheeler. Hey, Julie. We got to, let's go ahead and give you a wrench there, Judy. Judy. And David, you've been in here for a while. Got Sea of Blue in here tonight. If you don't like your wrenches, say, hey, Shawn, I don't like my wrench. Don't give it to me. Miss Sue. Oh, we got two Sues in here tonight. Miss Callist and then Miss Sue from Down Under. Holy cow, AJK. What's up? Vixen Doe. Who else is in here? Holly. Lord have mercy. Glenn. Anybody else? Anybody else I saw? North Alabama Cryptid. Paranormal Highway. I think I saw you over there on his channel earlier. But yeah, we had a couple of days of incredible stuff that's happening. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. What you guys drinking tonight on this Wednesday night? Donnie Cho, Lee Smith, Chase, the infamous trucker. Shell, what is up with you? Let's go ahead. Brown Dwarf. Well, you've been in here long enough. Let's go ahead and give you a wrench. I know some people don't quite like giving out wrenches like I do, but that's all right. It's my channel. I'll do what the hell I want to. Brown Dwarf. Well, Brown, you about ready to get you that little blue wrench too. Look at that. Well, no, I actually gave it to you. I'm sorry. I think I did. Yep. Let's see. Who else is in here? Shell. I thought I gave you a wrench, but we'll give you a wrench too. All right, there you go. Great to have y'all like, share, and subscribe. I am 200. Well, it's 202 subscribers from the 2K mark, and I'll do a thank you stream. Wayne Taylor. Hey, what's going on? William Torres. Diane. Glenn, what's going on with y'all's? If you hadn't noticed, we had a couple of things happen the last couple of days. Let's see. Yesterday, let's see. We had CERN. Oh yeah, CERN, that big old Large Hadron Collider, which I've done a show on. It cranked its stuff up and went full power for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then boom, done. Had a couple of people. Well, no, actually not a couple. 3 people. 3 people in total come to me in separate saying, hey, I have had a weird day yesterday. And I woke up, felt just all icky, gunky, whatever. And they turned that thing on, I think, probably middle of the night here in the United States, even though it was 9:30 p.m. CEST, whatever that means. But can't keep up with chat. Well, we got some fun chatters in here. Got some fun chatters. So let's see. Shell says, I read on the website last night it's be running for the next 4 years. I wonder at what intervals and power settings. Well, they put out that whatever trillion plus electron something or another. And I read into that. I was like, well, a trillion sounds incredible, but that big, huge Hadron Collider put out enough force, according to what I read, which I don't know how much of that I believe or not. Let's see, what did they equate that to? It equated that to a small mosquito hitting a windshield. Standing still. The windshield standing still. So, but they did. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this thing out of the way. No, I don't want to do that yet. Let's go to the CERN stuff. Yeah, here we go. CERN. Big thing. Get this thing. Well, wait a minute. Wait. I just about started a show without doing my usual. I humbly ask our Lord Jesus Christ that if it be in accordance with your holy will, that all curses, evil, demonic involvement, and or attacks being sent against us be blocked and be sent back from whence it came. In Jesus Christ's name, please look after those folks that are in need, body, mind, and spirit, that are hurting, that are in medical need and spiritual need. Please, dear Father, bring your presence in the form of your angels to them. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. All right, there we go. And I just got something from Shell in the email. I'll check that out here in a little bit. But let's get this thing out of the way here. Hide that comment and then get my what? Oh. Stop sharing that particular screen there, boy. And then go over here and then pick up this one. There we go. All right. CERN touts discovery exotic particles amid third run of a Large Hadron Collider, which I think is supposed to be slated for 4 years. It was off for 3 years doing maintenance upgrades and all kinds of checks and balances. So CERN, based in Geneva's observation of 3 new exotic particles, could provide clues about the force that binds subatomic particles together. Observation of a new type of pentaquark and the first duo of tetraquarks, pentaquark and tetraquarks, offers a new angle to assess the strong force that holds together a nuclei of atoms. That sounds like something like Dr. Sheldon over on one of my favorite comedy shows would say. Diane, what's going on? Michael C. CERN starts and weather goes weird. I'm sure that's not connected, right? Maybe. Actually, I'm about ready to get another blow of thunderstorms blow right through here. My internet was down for about 3 hours today, and it finally came on about 45 minutes ago. Silent rain. Hey, hun. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always great to see you. But yeah, did anybody feel different yesterday? Did you feel different yesterday since CERN turned its machinery on? Hey, there, Econ Sam. Good to see you too. Shell says migraine. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I did have a migraine yesterday. I was sleepy, which I hadn't been sleeping all that well for the last several months anyway. And then finally got some sleep after I got some stuff out of my life spiritually. So, but yesterday I was exceptionally sleepy. I talked to 2 other people that were sleepy. Talked to one other person that said, yeah, I felt it. They felt weird. Well, actually 4. No, I take that back. 4 people. 4 people. And now we got, let's see. Shell says, yep, migraine. Anybody else? If you think that you felt the CERN project pop on, put a 1 in the chat. 2, if you sort of believe, maybe, kind of. Or 3, I have no clue what the heck you're talking about. So, if you felt CERN turn on yesterday, hit a 1. Number 2, if you didn't. Or 2, if you kind of wonder if you did. Or 3, no. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe on the Vixen. 5, 6, 7. Wow. 3 on AJK. Silent says 3. Econ Sam 1. Holly 3. 3, 2, 2. Blues and G. What's going on, brother? Drop your links if you have a wrench there. Sugar Britches is another 1. 2 to 3 on ABC. 1 to 2 on Cabin Fever Soap. And Diane's 1. Well, mostly majority rules, everybody except for a handful was either a 2 or a 3. 1 on Lisa Ray. Hey, Lisa. Long time no see. Glad to see you. God bless you. You missed the prayer, but if you hadn't noticed, over on my Chasing Truth community page, I've started up and added to the prayer chain. Now, the prayer chain are for folks that one has come to me and said, "Yes, I want to be a part of the prayer chain." Gave me permission to share your name out or whatever name you wish to go by. I do not list what they're praying for or what they need prayer for, unless they absolutely say, "Yeah, I need that listed." Or if you just want to come to me privately, send me an email at shawn@imdarkwaters.com, 931-994-6917. If that is exactly what you want to do, I have, I think it's a blessing that somebody would reach out to me and say, "Hey, I need you to pray." And I will drop everything I'm doing if somebody asks me to pray, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm sitting there cooking and I forget to turn the stove off and I burned a living snot out of whatever I'm eating, that's all right. I didn't need to eat, didn't need to eat it anyway. So, wow. Anyway, there you go. Julie, what's going on? S828. Definitely pray for Julie. Bunch of people. Yes, ma'am. I will add you to the list. Hold on just a second. Okay, has asked to be part of the list. I certainly will. Let's get you in there, Lakea. Definitely. You have been listed, and I will post that after the show. But definitely put you in there. Charlie Budden, buddy, how you doing, my friend? But we're talking the first few minutes of the show about CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, and they discovered 3 subatomic particles that supposedly. I actually have that catalyst. I've got that as a feature of tonight's show. I caught it. I've actually got that 4:03:33 a.m. Yep, that is kind of strange that it happened like that. But I can pull it up and slow it down and backward and forward, and it has some strange features to it. Chev, my brother, what's going on with you? Some crazy stuff. And yeah, definitely like and share this thing out. The one thing I'd like to do, hey Barbie, what's going on with you? If you want to be a part of the Chasing the Truth Discord channel, it's always, get spurts. A lot of people's over there, and I've changed up the rooms over there to where I know that I had one of the bots populate the main chat room with Dark Waters updates, and it kind of got out of hand. But I got a new open main chat room over there that is exclusive for just chatters, for everybody to chat in. But a lot of information been changed in and out over there, and I have been a part of chatting for a good, gee whiz, early 90s when the WWW was part of the backbone of the United States government. You actually had to go to the university and get an ID to get on to what was called the internet. What was that called back then? CVC is where I got on it the first time. But I've been a part of chat rooms since then, and they wax and wane. And this is one of the longest chat rooms I've ever been a part of, even though it's mine. That is incredible kind of stuff. The intranet. Shawn, we are old as dirt. Shell says, "Yep." I can remember being in college, and one of the professors, I think it was a math. Yeah, it was math. It was something about math, and he was actually in networking. He said, "I networked 2 computers over, I think, like 300 miles," and he was just so proud of that. And I'm thinking back then, yeah, well, that's kind of cool. And now, Sue down in Australia comes up and shares, "Hey, Shawn, did you see this morning about the Georgia Guidestones?" From Australia, sharing with me new information. She's on the other side of the world. Holy cow. And I was like, well, that's a big switch from way back when. But there you go. I learned about something that happened in my own freaking country from a lady, a good friend of mine, Sue Ashwell, down under, actually. That is just crazy how that happened. crazy, and I actually I actually rebooted my Telegram stuff. So if you're part of Telegram, I'll drop a link in Telegram somewhere. I don't think, probably over my Discord channel, but you never know. Mr. Wilson, what's going on, brother? But the CERN Hadron Collider by everybody that voted the wild majority, except for a handful. Shawn, our MSM doesn't want to spread that around. No, it doesn't want us to be spread around, but there you go. Shawn, I'm on Telegram too. Well, so you'll have to share your Telegram with me. If you're part of Telegram, I will definitely. I think my Telegram shows up on my show number 931-994-6917. If you got me in your listing or your telephone book or whatever you want to call it, that should pop up under Telegram. So there you go. I know as soon as I put my freaking number in, I had about 2 or 3 people pop up and say, "Hey, are you on Telegram?" It's like, holy crap! I just put it in like 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, I had 3 people saying, "Hey, are you on Telegram? Really?" But there you go. Yeah, buddy. So what we're talking about tonight, holy smokes. I just mentioned the word CERN and now I'm getting emails about CERN. What the heck? And it ain't from the folks that are in chat or anything like that. Just random bots sending me crap. But CERN scientists tell a smooth start to what is expected to be nearly 4 years of operation and run number 3 since 2008. Third time LHC has carried out collisions since its debut in 2008. Announcement of the exotic particles came a day after CERN celebrated the 10-year anniversary of the confirmation of Higgs boson, subatomic particle that has a central place in the so-called standard model that explains the basics of particle physics. And I believe, Sue, didn't you mention this morning that Dolly the sheep was its anniversary as well yesterday, if I remember correctly? Please correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So what was it that was so confounded crazy about January, or not January? I was about ready to say January 6th, which is my birthday. It just got highlighted by these crazy freaking stupid hearings about stuff that, oh my God. Anyway, that's another soapbox to have on another night. Glenn, what's going on with you, brother? Who else is in here? Let me pop the participants here. See who's in here. Anybody hadn't said hello to, I'll try to say hello to. Let's see. We got Wayne, and I think Glenn is a new one. Please like and share. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm 200 away from the 2K mark on my subscription, but I've kind of slowly got a positive on my channel right now, so that's cool. God sees all things and kind of helps it out. So, Mr. Wilson, they are listening now. Of course, they're listening now. Holy cow! I can mention some crazy weirdo something or another in my house, and I've got the digital assistants all over the freaking place, which I was about ready to take a hammer to it earlier. I've got my lights voice activated in the house, and I can turn lights on all over the place. And the central hub has given me a freaking fit. I was about ready to take a freaking hammer the other day. I got them thing, but there you go. But I can mention I want custard, and I will start seeing. I probably will start seeing some advertisements about custard. So, but they are always listening. So CERN, check out Mandela Effects. We'll probably do another Mandela Effects show in the near future or whatever. I kind of tied together in my own way a lot of Mandela Effects according to CERN going online. And 2012, whatever 2012 has to do with it. But there you go. So, if you've been hiding under a rock today, if you haven't, you probably seen the Georgia Guidestones being blown up. But hold on just a second. Let me get my brand out and I'll show you the freaking moment that it actually happened. Right here. Here it is, Georgia Guidestones at 4:03:33. Let me loop that. 4:03:33. Now, I actually have that to where I can share it and we can check her out just a little bit closer. That is the Georgia Guidestones this morning down in the great state of Georgia. And we'll go over the history of it here in just a little bit. There we go. And here it is. Let's see. All right. So let's go to 4:03. 4:03 a.m., 31 seconds, 32 seconds, 33. Well, right there. Check that out. What is that right there? That one stone is on the opposite side of that light there. What is that? Anybody? Riddle me this. What is that? That one thing right here. The stone is on the opposite side of the structure. So what is that? Michael C says, I think it was God taking it out. Well, hey, possibility. I don't forego anything that has to do with God. If it's God's will, whether it's man putting a finger on it and breaking it, they are panicked. Oh, that's interesting. But what is that? Is it obviously something on the. Oh crap! I don't want to do that. Let me take that out and bring us back up. So, yeah, but that's on the opposite right here. I just don't get what this is over here. I know it's a floodlight of some sort. Encore, please. And they have physically torn down the rest of the structure, by the way. And I'll go over that in just a second. But I wanted to go over this thing right here. What is that light source? Why is it reacting to the explosion on the other side of the structure of the Georgia Guidestones? Could be a direct energy weapon, Wayne Taylor says. Well, there you go. This is actually captured from the IPC cameras there that oversaw it 24/7 for whatever reason. They've got that. But look at that. What is... They only showed like 1, 2, 3. Well, there's a little bit of disturbance right there between 2 and 3 seconds. Right there. 2 and 3 seconds. You can see the light source back there kind of go nuts. But what the heck is that? Why? Everybody's focused on that Georgia Guidestones, of course. Yeah, well, heck, all that was left was crumbling litter on the ground. But what made that light react? Or, well, here's an idea. Just came to mind. Catalyst says definitely energy weapon. Well, okay, Callus. Here's something. That floodlight, it actually has conal shape, focusing lens type deal behind every light, especially if it's like these lights here, floodlight. What if it's reflecting what we could not see, the explosion itself, reflecting light from the explosion? It's just a reflection of the explosion in that conical mirror that's on every flashlight. Should be almost. But it is, Charles Budden, absolutely great news. We'll go down all that stuff, but I just wanted to go down that little tidbit there. And Miss Sue Ashwell sent me a picture of something, still photograph. She don't have a still photograph in front of me that she sent me. Well, my microphone just muted on me. Yeah. Now this was a flyby around before they actually tore it down. They actually went in with a large backhoe and toppled the rest of the stuff. Now this is granite, solid granite, right there. Now so if it was a chemical TNT like explosion, where is the blast marks on that particular thing? Where is the blast marks? You don't see any black marks there whatsoever that I can see. It looks like there is some, dampness discoloration from this particular picture. But where is it? If this is like a TNT or whatever, is there any kind of explosive experts in here? Shouldn't there be some sort of scorched marks on there? Shell Ashley, I just got a bunch of your emails. I appreciate it. Donnie Cho says it's a symbolic gesture. Just more fuel for conspiracy nut jobs. Well, put me on the conspiracy nut job kind of deal. I definitely am a part of that whole thing right there. So this is mere hours after the explosion that took out one of those pillars there and part of the capstone. There's no scorched marks on any of what I can see there, other than it looks like some of the granite was turned into sand, maybe some sand around the actual thing. I don't know. McGrifter. What the heck does that mean, man? But anyway, there you go. That right there. Interesting stuff is all I can tell you. Interesting stuff. Let's see. The English version was hit directly, I believe. Really? I don't know which. Did anybody? I do not know which pillar got hit. Was it one with the English on it? I think there's just a second. Let's get the Guidestones description. Okay. I don't know which one was hit, but I got the dimensions and what was listed there. We'll try that out. See what we can come up with. Now, the Wired magazine did a little tidbit a few years ago about this being, quote unquote, the satanic 10 commandments, the Antichrist 10 commandments. And what was actually in there had 6 languages, including English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, traditional Chinese, and then Russian. The 10 listed suggestions maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts, which that's about as wide as 18 lane highway there. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in the world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials, which that's probably the majority of the officials out there. Balance personal rights and social duties, which that sounds a whole lot socialist to me. I'm not a socialist at all. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And be not concerned, or be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature, and they repeat it, leave room for nature. And like I said, there was 8 languages. Had some astronomical features where channel through stone indicates celestial pole. Horizontal slot indicates annual travel of the sun. Sunbeam through capstone marks noontime throughout the year. R.C. Christian, a pseudonym, which he apparently, this guy was representative of a conglomerate of folks that wanted to put forth a new world order. And I saw only one time since I've heard about this R.C. Christian. It was back in 1980 when this thing was constructed, and they wanted it kept extremely secret. I think the only person that actually had the actual name of this guy, the real name, where was it? 1979, a man by the name of Robert C. Christian, R.C. Christian, approached Elbert Granite Finishing Company, Albertan Granite Finishing Company, excuse me, on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans and commissioned to structure. Christian explained the stones were a function and compass, calendar, and a clock, and should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events, in world-ending events, which, oh, there you go. I found its Achilles heel today with an explosion. Didn't leave a scorched mark whatsoever. Catastrophe. Catastrophe. There we go. I don't know why my tongue can't work with that. Elbert County Maintenance Department can contact the Federal Bureau of Investigation September 14th. An employee of Elbert County Maintenance Department. Well, it looks like they had a little bit of graffiti there. You will not something or other. We'll see what that was. Pull this up. Hello. There we go. You will not succeed. Jesus will beat you, Satanist. Well, they need to. If you're going to waste your time with spray paint, why don't you use English? But there's my theory on it. And let's go back here to Wikipedia. There we go. And yeah, apparently we are at the end of the world because it's supposed to withstand the entirety of be there at the end of the world. So I don't know. Symbolic, as I think Donnie said something about that earlier. Let's see. Alice just sent me something. Let me see what Callus said. 10 messages. Open with preview. There we go. The 10 messages are written on the Guidestones in 8 different languages, which I got that. Just went over that, so no reason to put that up anymore. And there you go. It was the Georgia booger monster. Smudgy Mama, what's going on with you? So anyway, let's see who's got this up. Oh yeah, this has got the Wired magazine saying this was the Antichrist 10 Commandments. Let's move over here to where they actually destroyed their daggum thing. Let's see, right here. That's probably, I'm pretty sure that's probably copyright, so I can't play that. Guidestones. There's a picture of it. I think that was probably one of the pictures that Sue from Australia sent me this morning. Nope. Police investigation. Let's see. Is there anything here? I had a picture where they actually tore the freaking thing down, but I can't find it now. What is up with that? Well, anyway, rest assured that they have demolished the thing for the concerns of its public menace. The people who made those Guidestones were probably expecting the Guidestones to be destroyed. Okay, so here's the thing. Why did they say they wanted to be apocalyptic proof? That's the other thing. But of course, I'm reading this from Wikipedia. And Wikipedia is about as trustworthy as me being drunk in 2015. So there you go. 2000, well, riddle me this: 2015 documentary "Dark Clouds Over Alberton" was released, in which it was claimed that the Guidestones were paid for by Herbert Hensey Kirsten, 1920 2005, a doctor from Fort Dodge, Iowa. Huh. Part of the Triple K organization, which I'm not going to mention. And then we got a little blurb here about the 2022 bombing. Which, if it's a bombing, why is there not scorch marks on that freaking thing? That's my question. Why are not no scorch marks there? Sue sent. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Sue. There we go. There is a picture of them demolishing the thing. Let me share that. Thank you, Sue, for Ashwell. I will stop sharing that and share that one picture. You're a peach, son. Let's see. Right here it is. There you go. And at 4, well, that's kind of weird. It happened at 4:33 a.m. At 4:38, this picture has them actually demolishing with a backhoe. But where's the scorch marks if it was bombed? Now, that's just me thinking out loud. I got your picture there, Sue. I appreciate you. And then Shell Ashley says the secret owner probably just cashed in on some insurance. I think the conglomerate, whoever it was, did not want any ties back to him. So all the transactions were held through multiple banks across the United States. And everything that tied them to one specific person was destroyed. Why would they destroy that? Well, it was bombed this morning, or that's what they're putting out. It was bombed, which, quite honestly, I don't think it was bombed. Honestly, I do not think it was bombed. What did it do? Well, son of a gun, what did it do with that? Now I go hunt for that stinking video. Or here it is. That's a JPEG image. And where did I put that video here? Aha! Nope, that's not it. Oh, it's in downloads. I got it. I got you, buddy. Here's the downloads one. Perfect. I don't know why that one. Oh, I probably clicked out of it. So here is the thing that has to do with what happened earlier this morning at 4:03:33 seconds. I just showed this, but strange feature here with this particular. Can I make this a bigger thing here? Well, that's about as big as I can get it. Well, yeah, can't blow it up anymore. But look at the light source back here. Right back here. Right here. Let me use the vernacular that I'm used to around here. Right here. Look at the light source behind the monument. Watch it at, let's see, it should be going in here about 3 seconds. Watch it get brighter. You see that? Now, I put out maybe a theory that the conical shape of the reflectors in the lamps probably reflected the explosion. But there's no, if you look at it, there's no scorched marks whatsoever. And if I might add, there is no, if you look over here, there is no visible, I can't see it, visible light source within that smoke or debris field that's occurring right there. So, riddle me this: what is that? You know, what caused that? Was that an actual explosion? Did anybody see anything that had to do with we got a bomb squad coming in here to detect to see what kind of explosives they did? Don't know. Keep an eyeball out for that. But yeah, there you go. I honestly can't say. I got a big old flash, that's for sure. But flash was mostly over here in this sucker area right there, being blown up. I think this might be I'm kind of leaning toward the directed energy weapon that I think somebody mentioned earlier. Just me saying that out loud. I'm no expert in anything other than uh, me being able to screw up things. But there you go. Stellar source. Let's see. Anybody else in here? Time capsule is left on the ground. You can see it in the video. Oh, really? Where's the time capsule? I don't see where's the time capsule at? I see a bunch of chunks been blown out. Now, here's another thing. Maybe if it's a directed energy weapon, maybe they're using the reflectors off of the spotlight there in the background. Don't know. Conspiracy nut right there. Yep. I don't see the GBI as investigating. Absolutely, Glenn. They are. I just pulled up that story just a minute ago. Georgia Bureau of Investigation is on there. I would assume that they would come out. If, let's see, why use an energy weapon when you can just use a single stick of dynamite? Well, the other thing is, Donnie, there's no scorch marks, buddy. Last time I looked, there's you go blow something up, there's a scorch mark or two left there. Other than just a clean break and some dust and rock debris or granite debris. And then Sue says, Shawn, I've seen and heard, I'm convinced it was what they call the rods of God. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. And then Stacy Thrasher says, why would they finish destroying it before a full investigation? Good question. They've already they've already leveled it. I don't know if the actual stone slabs are still there, but they toppled it. EDQ. So I've got that same question. I appreciate you asking that question there, Stacy. Why would they do that? I saw some pictures of what looked like an official staying amongst the before they actually toppled the remaining pillars there. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And then Eddie Rodriguez caught something similar on the camera at my front door at around 4 a.m. A bright flash that suddenly car alarms started going off. Okay, Eddie, are you anywhere near Georgia, or is this just a anecdotal story that you have? And then Michael says any evidence would have been destroyed under the equipment. Well, Michael, if it is actually a stick of dynamite or whatever explosive compound they may have used, there'd still be remnants of it. But if they take the stuff off and get it ground up and then, destroyed, who knows? I don't know. I think this is probably going to be run through the grinder, so to speak, on a lot of podcasts and shows just like mine talk about this. But I just find it just extremely weird, especially with that light source just going, increasing opposite and behind the monument, the opposite side of what the actual stone that exploded. So there's no question that the stone exploded, but I just don't see a flash within the dust cloud there. That's just crazy to me. Why is there no flash? Let's go down through there and get to Sue. I just got your text messages. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Is that the dust cloud lit up by this over here? I know it kind of lights up, but you would think if the actual source of this reflection, if this actually is a reflection of this explosion over here, why is this not exceptionally brighter than it is right now? That's my question. I'm just thinking out loud, being a average American, thinking, what the heck? Should be caught by camera. Well, the camera started this actual video there, Bass. They could have approached it from an angle where the actual monument, which, hold on just a second, let's move this back to where, nope. Yeah, right there. Wrong one. At the beginning, you've got a rather large area where you could sneak up, unless they got 2 or 3 angles that's covering this particular monument. I don't know how many cameras is on this thing, but yeah, interesting there. Let's see what Sue's been sending me. Hold on just a second. This came from a screenshot I took earlier from YouTube. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So, Sue, Catalyst, does anybody know if the English uh, inscription uh, stone was the one that got hit? It exploded first? I don't know. Hey, Don, what's going on, bro? The time capsule. Oh, okay. Let's see. I gotcha. So the time capsule was it open or was it still there? Well, let's pop this open since stop screen sharing. Share window. Here is the time capsule. And let's see. One astrological features, which is there, RC Christian, a pseudonym, kind of gives the same thing that we just went over that's inscribed there. And then whatever that is, probably the same thing. I can't see what that is. Don't know. I don't know what this is right here. But there you go. And I think that's about it on there. So if you want to join in on the stream, you certainly can. You can call in 931-994 if you want to go join in on the StreamYard itself. I'll post it. Just use your decorum if you'd like to be a part of the stream. No craziness or anything like that. Just have to have a microphone. If you want to show your pretty little face, you can. But it's easy to share out. Just share out your microphone. And you can use it on your smartphone or your computer, your laptop, whatever. I actually tried it out on my smartphone earlier, just in case I had to jump on here because of thunderstorms popping through, knocked out my internet for a few hours. So, and Mr. Bass Mayhem, buddy, when are you going to do another food video? What's your next food video there? Aaron, what's going on there, brother? Please pray for Aaron. He called me earlier today. Please pray for him. Help him out. So let's see. Sue sent me something. Sue Ashwell sent me. Georgia Guidestones is exactly 666.78 miles away from the UN headquarters in New York City. This is not a coincidence. Huh. I did not know that. 666 miles. That is strange. Now, of course, you know, any meme, you can put a meme out with anything, but I don't, doesn't sound like it's almost inappropriate or anything. It's going to be something with bacon. Holy cow. Well, I just opened up a brand new pack of 1 pound of bacon, buddy. Let's see. I'll quit hitting my freaking microphone. I can't wait to see what's in store. Never thought we'd see the stones fall. Well, they're supposed to be apocalyptic proof, but apparently they aren't whatever made the explosion. And then Donnie Cho said, what about, could have been just a stick of dynamite, but, you know, I just showed that there's no scorch marks, which, you know, I don't know if it is dynamite smokeless, whatever. Oh, here's Donnie. Got him right here. Hey, Donnie, what's going on?
What's up, man? You hear me okay? Is my sound good?
You're sounding pretty good. Can't complain.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to, I don't know, pick your brain about the Georgia Guidestones and what you thought about the situation overall and, you know, what you think those stones represent or who they were made from. Like, who do you think made those?
From everything that I have read, is probably some people that wanted to put together part of the New World Order, which I think that is exceptionally well established.
Okay.
So,
and it does reflect a lot of those philosophies.
Yeah. So, the socialist part is definitely in the 10 listed, whatever you want to call them, suggestions. So,
but I'm not fully convinced that those Georgia Guidestones were meant to last. I think whoever made them, I mean, if you look at its dimensions, right? Like if you look at how skinny and tall they are, even though they're granite, like anyone with a bulldozer could just simply knock them down if they wanted to.
Yeah, but it was privatized and given over to where the state was part of the caretakers of it.
Oh, so it was given to state land?
Yeah, the state was, you know, was right there, Johnny, on the spot. You know, the last time that had a, hold on just a second. Let me. You know,
see, I didn't know that was on state land. I didn't know what kind of land it was on. I'm not.
I think it may be private, but I think the state of Georgia actually had part dealings in it.
And you said that it was like made in the 80s. Am I correct on this?
1980 was when it was erected.
Okay, so it was someone fairly okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like it seems like
let's see. Monument stood as approximate elevation of 750 miles, erected from 1980 until it was destroyed in 2022. So 22 years. Now 22. There's now I'm kind of one of those freaks that look at numbers and say, why 22? Why, you know, I've got 2244 on the brain personally. You know, a lot of people are 1111 kind of folks. Explanation, physical data, languages. Let's see. References, further reading, description, history. Well, let's go see if they've got anything here. I would have been a little bit more well prepared, but my internet was out and I had
it's all good, man. I'm not even prepared at all.
Significant damage to the capstone. Nearby residents reported heard a felt explosion at 4 a.m., which we looked over that footage frame by frame. Something exploded, and it looked pretty freaking fishy.
It was 3:33 a.m., right? That's really
Four,
creepy. That's weird.
four,
I thought it was like
4:03 and 33 seconds.
Okay.
Pull that back up.
That is weird, man.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of strange going on. That's for weird. Sure. Let me stop sharing that.
Oh, so earlier you showed that picture of the light source, right, in the distance when the Guidestone got knocked down, right?
Yeah.
Where did that? What was that light source actually?
I believe that was just a floodlight, part of the security floodlight that stays on 24/7 at the park.
They have a security floodlight 24/7, and this is state-owned land. Yo, that's real shady. That's real.
I don't know if it's state-owned land. I'm just spitballing that out because the Georgia State Police were on the Bureau of Investigation. Georgia Bureau of Investigation was right there, and they investigated the last time. They had some graffiti stuff that was on there according to the Wikipedia page. But there you go.
But who knows if those people who did that graffiti ever got caught? What if they got caught and just got like thrown in jail and never heard from again? You know?
Yeah. 3:33 right there.
Yeah. Based off like what it said, like the content of like the commandments or whatever, it definitely seemed like it was a Masonic thing. I feel like that was stonemasons who made that, you know, and obviously because of the stone thing and it
stonemasons actually they have a lot of language in
they have a lot of astrology
that has they got astrology, but they reference Jesus Christ. There's no reference to Jesus Christ there. That was just hold on a second, I'll pull it up and see that there was no reference to God whatsoever. Let's see. Unite humanity, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, which that sounds like a whole lot of abortion stuff. Rule passion, faith, and tradition. In all things, a tempered reason, and protect people and nations. Let all nations rule. The only thing that kind of reference the Almighty or whatever religious rights that some individuals would have would be this rule, passion, faith, and tradition.
Yeah,
that was listed. So,
but what do you think the attitude of the author was, though? Because when the thing is, you perceive it as like an evil thing. I perceive it as someone who's looking at humanity with like a surgical, like as if it was an AI. Not evil in the sense of like maliceness, like maybe like an AI in the sense of like, if you wanted these creatures on this earth to last, this is what you would do, right?
I think, from my perspective as being a Christian, the best thing the devil ever did was to make the masses believe that, disbelieve in him, that he's not real, the evil doesn't exist, there's nothing there. So to come across as, hey, all these things sound fine, dandy.
I'm not saying it's not evil. I'm not implying it's not evil, but I want to be clear on what type of evil this is. You know what I mean?
Evil's evil.
I still think it's evil, but it's the people tend to generalize things, and then because they generalize things, they lose sight of like potential insights. So to simply say like, oh, Satanists did that, I think there's more of a complicated story going on here, right? So once we go into the whole demonic evil
if
thing,
it was as simple as that, why this R.C. Christians, Robert C. Christian, back in the 80s, come in total cloak of secrecy, and the only person that was that knew who he was, had to destroy all evidence of who the R.C. Christian actually was, representing whatever small group this was. And they went as far as multiple banks across the United States funded this thing.
It's evil stuff, man.
Why if it was just so simple, why be so intricate to hide who it was or who they were behind this?
Yeah.
If it
They're
was the
being
UN,
strategic.
UN could have said,
Yeah.
"Hey, we want to,
You
write
know,
this
one
check."
thing you learn about evil is good at strategy. It
Yes
is.
and no. Yes and
Yeah.
no. Yes and no.
It's good at
Yes and no.
working the game. It's good at, like, you know, finding loopholes. It's good at, like, finding things to screw people over to get ahead. It makes sense.
God already knows about that. So
Yeah.
who's the better strategist, God or
Yeah.
the evildoer? Yeah, but that's just me.
Yeah. I get it.
That's just me.
And
Uh,
I agree. Like, my whole point is just, just try to, when I try to make a distinction, for example, between like Masonics and Satanists, right, and versus like an AI, all I'm trying to do is trying to figure out, okay, like, what are we really dealing with here, you know? So, I mean, it's very easy to just kind of lump everything together in one category, but then you lose sight of all the distinctions and the things that make them different from one another. And those
mm.
are the things you kind of have to pay attention to if you want to fully understand a situation. So I'm trying to like unpack this. Like, I'm trying to go into like everything I know about like Masonic thinking and everything I've read about the Masons and their philosophy, right? And trying to unpack things and everything I know about Satanists and like which type of Satanist. And like I'm trying to like piece it all together. I've
Well, you
noticed the
kind of
people I've
wonder.
attended. Yeah,
Oh, well, you would think if it was somebody, some big group that come together, like any kind of weird dealings over in the Middle East, they
yeah,
always have somebody within 24 hours will say, "Hey, we're responsible for this."
yeah,
Yeah, this isn't 24 hours. They were probably about 12 hours into it.
yeah.
Well, no, 14 hours into it, give or take 15. So 24 hours, we shouldn't have a few people that will come forward, whether they're the real deal and say, "Hey, I'm the one that we are responsible for this."
Hmm.
Georgia Guidestone blowing up
Yeah.
debacle. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see in a little bit, but it is
Um,
strange and fishy
it is
with
very
just
fishy, very strange. I do not, disagree with you there. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's fishy and strange. I'm just trying to figure out what species of fish this is, you know?
well, heck, you can
What are
go
we
down
dealing with?
a bunch of lines. People that
Yeah. Are
went
we
up to the
dealing with sea
monument.
bass or are we dealing with catfish here, you know?
Well, go as far as silly as maybe my piece of gum that I left on that monument was scraped off by
Yeah.
somebody, and they didn't care about that. It could be just as silly as that, all the way up to it was a strike against God to have those 10 things uh,
But
listed there.
what about this possibility? What if it was knocked down by the actual people who made it?
Possible, possible. But it's all theory right now, other than just looking at the video and saying,
Hmm.
"Well, what the heck is that?"
I have
What's the
another
light source
theory.
problem?
I
That's the
have
light.
another theory. My other theory is perhaps the person who knocked this down did this in response to CERN being reactivated. Like this was their like counter fu to them with the whole like reanimation of the CERN thing. Maybe this was like a
Um,
counterattack to them.
hmm.
I mean, the timing is very interesting. You got to admit.
Within it's within 24 hours of
Yeah,
activating that
yeah.
the high
It's
power
like, oh, you're gonna
magnetic
turn it
power.
back on with like, and it was upgraded to like 3 times the capacity. I heard. I'm like, Jesus.
And then
And then they turned it
they're
on, and
actually
then
going to
this happens.
triple. They actually got plans of tripling the size and building
Yeah.
a much larger hadron collider. Super large, I think, is what they were calling super hadron collider or some crap like that. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if that's been scrapped yet or if it's
Yeah.
still on the books. But I did read something about that.
My theory is this whole thing, and I'm gonna just say this before I head out because I want to go back to the chat and kind of chill and listen. But thank you for this time. But
Oh,
I feel like this whole incident to me rings very much like it's one group sending a clear message to another group. I don't know who those groups are. I don't know which side which group is on, but it definitely rings like very clear. Like this was like a symbolic communication to another specific group of people done by a specific group of people. You know what I mean?
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Could be opposite,
Maybe.
or you have two groups that come together and say, "Hey, I lost a gentleman's bet, $1, or your Georgia Guidestones."
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it is.
you
It
just
is
don't know.
undoubtedly fishy, man. Especially the timing. Especially the timing. It's fishy. But yeah, I will leave you to that. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
All right, we'll
Thanks.
talk more later.
All right.
Bye.
See you. All right, that was Donnie Cho. You can usually find him over on Cisco's channel on Saturday nights, sometimes on Monday nights, and just depends on or how they delve that out. But anyway, there you go. So the strange thing is, this is actual video of early this morning, 4:33 seconds into it. So what is that light source? Why is that light source so bright versus where the actual explosion, center point of demolishing of one of the pillars of that Georgia Guidestone? You go through the whole thing, the whole gambit of which XYZ thing was out to destroy it. Was it a Christian-based group? I don't know. Was it somebody opposing the New World Order, or was it like Donnie suggested, which, I think possibly, absolutely, it could have been. Damien K says, look like King F laser stuff. King F laser. Oh, you're talking about the DO weapons, the directed energy weapon stuff. You go into that and you think, there's some stuff over in California that if you look at this stuff, California, a lot of their fires could have been DO-based weapons. Just looking at stuff that caught on fire and didn't catch on fire, should have caught on fire. But that's just me. It was a Sith Lord, Eddie says. Okay. Now, Jack, I have no clue. No clue about that. So, no clue about that. But Shell says, Donnie, your assessment was well done. Yeah, Donnie is good at argument. That's one of his fortes. He loves to argue, and he's a good strategist when he's arguing. Raising questions. So that being said, yeah, this all the before and after mentioning of what happened today, the Georgia Guidestones are no longer erect. All of the three pillars that was there, including the capstone, of course, is without a doubt toppled. So, but what got me was this actual video of the actual explosion. So what is it? My big thing is, why is this particular feature back here, not the Guidestones that were one of them, the pillars, was turned to dust and a bunch of chunks. What is that particular feature right there with this bright light? Was it TNT? I don't know. But before and after pictures and during the actual explosion, I don't see any scorch marks, but I'm not expert on chemical explosions. Couldn't tell you. Would a directed energy weapon leave a scorch mark? I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure in the coming days and weeks and months, and maybe next year, somebody will come up and say, yeah. Can Squatch said, yeah, that light is suspect. That's one feature just popped out. I was like, oh, okay. If that was an explosion, why is the light source back here much, much brighter than this, explosion dust cloud that was created by all this stuff? That's just me thinking out loud. 931-994-6917 if you want to call in and talk, or if you want to be a part of the show. Let's go ahead and get this StreamYard thing part of it. Be a part of the show. You just grab that link. If you never used StreamYard before, it's pretty easy. You just got a couple of clicks to share your camera and your your audio. But Stella Rose GBI saying, gee, it was an explosive device, which I don't believe. Well, if it was an explosive device, where is the device? You would think that they, I don't know. How long would it take you to turn around and say, I've got the device here, take a picture of it? Something that, so many conspiracy theorists have, I've done a show on the Georgia Guidestones, or at least bits and pieces of it. Bet it's ruled lightning regardless of what truly happened, Stacy says. And then one source one reminds me of the DEW weapons. Well, I've never seen a DEW weapon other than the little bit of anecdotal stuff I've seen from the military. I've never seen one at being shown, hey, this is from a secret satellite right above your head that we can give you a new butthole. Precisely, but you never know. So maybe something happens to CERN and they need a conspiracy people to shift focus. Possibility. And the other thing is, I've seen a bunch of stuff about CERN opening up wormholes and let's see, rifts in the continuum to let demons in. And I'm, if you are of my same milk, demons are already here, period. I don't see why in the world we need more demons when they're already here in great quantity. But portals, Stella Rose, yeah, portals, absolutely. But holy cow, how long have we been doing this? An hour and 12 minutes. Can you believe that? Hour and 12 minutes. We got 45 minutes, maybe, I don't know, 51 minutes. 50 minutes left, give or take. If it was lightning, it's definitely God doing that. Possibility. I don't know. Sue Ashwell said the rods of God earlier, which she mentioned that in private before we come on a couple times in private. And thank you for Sue Ashwell. She actually gave that to me early this morning. I was like, well, I was kind of wondering what in the world I will be doing. I thought, well, maybe I'll do a CERN something or another, but I think CERN's pretty much, ran over the coals, and this is brand new. And I was always a fan of conspiracy theories with the Georgia Guidestone, so why the heck not? Arlene, my dear, is back from her little mini vacation. I hope that your batteries are recharged and ready to tackle everything. Shawn, would you shoot me the link, please? The link to what are we talking about there? Are we talking about the StreamYard key? There's the StreamYard key if you want to jump in. How's Darlene there, Arlene? Or Bernice, excuse me, Bernice. Gee whiz, where did Darlene come from? Arlene, Darlene. Ah, there you go. Bernice, I'm apologizing there. I got your mother's name wrong. Holy crap. What link are we talking? Which link did you need? But there's the link to StreamYard. But this is the crazy thing right here, without a doubt. The one feature that everybody, I'm not saying everybody, the flashpoint. Let's see. Oh, the link to that. You won't actually see that. Let's see if I've actually got that somewhere. Actually, I ripped that off of one of many things here. Actually, I got that off of, I think, Instagram. Yep, Instagram. So let me see if this is on Instagram. See if this is it. I believe this is the one. Yeah, I ripped this off of Instagram post. Then put it in MP3 and MP4 format so I can, go down and watch it in great detail, frame by frame. Did it lose a little quality? Probably. But yeah, here we go. I'll send that for you. Well, so again, come on, right here, right here. There we go. There is where I ripped from the cam feed right there. Wait a minute. Wait. Instagram. And go here and then do this and then post that. Make sure that actually fits. Yeah. Okay. Not that. Yeah. Here we go. Not that particular one. This one right here is a clickable link. That. All right. We've got a caller on the line. Give me just a second, caller. We'll get you on. And you're live on the air. What's your name and where are you from? All right. You're live on the air. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, this is Mike Adams, Old Religious Utopia. Talked to you a couple days ago.
Hey, Mike. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, brother?
I can't. I actually had a blessed day. Can't complain.
It's kind of a nice day to see that thing finally go down. You know, it's funny. I just did a show. Actually, thanks to you, I tried StreamYard and just did a show earlier on it. The Georgia Guidestones going down. And it's interesting about it. It's 42 years to the day that it was erected.
All right.
And
42 years to the day. Okay. That's interesting.
No, let me rephrase it. It's the 42 years to the year, not the day.
Okay. All right.
It's 7-6, which adds up to 42 as well. Now, 42 is a very important number to a certain group of people.
Okay.
And that certain group of people are called the Jesuits, the Jesuit order. Plus 42 adds up to 84, which is another important number to the Jesuits. And it's something that might be worth spending some time studying about.
There's a Jesuit in the Holy See right now, occupying that.
Yeah, it's quite an evil one, to say the least. What's interesting, evil is life in reverse, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Georgia Guidestones, the very first commandment, I've been talking about this Georgia Guidestones for years, trying to warn people about it. Specifically says to maintain the world's population, I know you've already talked about it, below 500 million in perfect balance with nature. Below 500 million could be 499 whatever million, or it could be 1 million, or it could be 1. Below, it says below.
All right.
That means that 14 out of 15 of us today, they want to, one way or the other, eliminate. If you look what's been going on in the past 2.5 years, when it comes to the poisonous injection, the very wise thing to everyone that's hearing this is to look up the Jesuit oath and read that, and you will understand an immense amount of what's really going on today. And the war that they've been waging on humanity for 500 years. Actually, this month as well, to this date, is also a very significant anniversary to the Jesuits. And it is their finalization of their 500-year anniversary of what they consider when they started.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something to be very wise to look up. But let's go back to this whole 42. And the gestation period is 42 weeks. 42 months, we look at the beginning of the New Testament in Matthew. 42 generations leading up to Joseph, in which there was an end of an age and the beginning of a new age, the Christian age, right?
Right.
And the end of the Mosaic age. Also, in the New Testament, or in the book of Revelation, is 42 months, right?
Right.
For the 3.5 years of tribulation. if you look what's going on right now with what's going on with as far as fuel shortages, man-made created, food shortages, man-made created, what's going on in Eurasia and starting off and part of their new war, as part of their third war. Have you read anything from Albert Pike yet? Did you ever read his letter?
I have heard of Albert Pike, but to actually say I can remember what I've read from him, no.
All right. Well, and predicts 3 world wars, and you'd be amazed how accurate he is in World War One, World War Two, and what happened and what were the consequences. In World War Three, what the intentions are is to usher in a new age, a Luciferian age, in which the elimination of the 3 Abrahamic religions, Mohammedanism, Judaism, Christianity. If you look at the Church of Guidestones and how they were erected in a very, if you really look at just notice how kind of cheesy, flimsy, weak it was created in the first place. It's not that impressive on a monument. The words on it are impressive, and that is in several languages, right?
All right.
And it's 10 pieces and 10 commandments, and it's created an altar, like the altar of Baal. And you can see, just think about also 2001, 9/11, the downing of the 2 World Trade Centers after 33 years of it being erected, and how it was, many of us believe it was designed to fall 33 years later. And you look at the way they created this monument, it is clear to me and anybody else has eyes to see that this monument was not meant to last. Pretty flimsy, pretty tacky, pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at who would possibly be wanting to do this, well, the same people who put it up would be the same people who would want to take it down. And wouldn't it be convenient that they would blame guys like you and I for it, right?
All right.
Or some lone nut, or Christians, or whatever it may be, extreme right wingers, whatever. That's us to blame. Isn't it interesting that they not only blew it up, but they took it all down, right? They demolished the damn thing. It's all of it's down now. Within a 12-hour period, it's all down. Look at the images on Twitter. Just look up Georgia Guidestones demolished, and you'll start seeing videos now, heavy equipment, taking it all down. Sounds awfully familiar, like what happened in 9/11. You notice how fast they took all those buildings? They hauled off all the material and sent it over to China. Remember how fast they took it? Within weeks.
Yeah.
Within a month.
Then they had those I-beams that Jesse Ventura found in a remote, I think within New York City itself, that had some explosives painted on the girders, if I remember correctly.
Well, we talk about thermite.
Yeah, thermite. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, and so when you look at the explosion, and some people are trying to pull off it as a lightning strike. And listen, if it was a lightning strike, the whole camera would have been blinded. It would have been nothing but white. Anyone who's been near a lightning strike knows this. That was not a lightning strike. That was a deliberate, small gauge explosion happened at 4 a.m. and 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Right. 333. Yep.
33, right? And we know about that sacred number, not only in Freemasonry, but also if we understand who actually is running Freemasonry, it is the Vatican and it is the Jesuits. Which is ironic because they say you're not supposed to be a Freemason, but yet they're running it. Isn't that interesting? But then again, they control an awful lot I mean, most people don't even realize Washington, D.C. used to be called Rome, Maryland. Its original name was Rome, Maryland. And that all the architecture mimics Roman and Greco architecture that looks exactly like the mirror image of the Vatican, one way or the other. So, thinking about this, thinking about who might be at war with the world, who has been at war with the world, well, all fingers are starting to point at the same culprits. And you just think about, okay, they have the explosion. It's just a rinky-dinky monument. Most people in America still don't even know about America's George Guidestones or America's Stonehenge. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, you do. You knew that. So that's not insignificant to say that. Most Americans don't even know it exists. Okay. On top of that, within hours after the explosion of this monument in the middle of nowhere, all sorts of a police and FBI shows up. Now, which is kind of ridiculous, the amount of people that showed up for an explosion in a monument that nobody even knows exists. For the most part, most of the world doesn't know that the monument even exists. Why would they take it down right now, this time period? Think about George Orwell, and think about of 1984, memory hole, and erasing the memory of these stones.
Mm-hmm.
In a year time, within a year, nobody's going to be talking about this. Those of us that know about it, and the other people that never knew about it aren't going to be talking about it at all, and it would be nothing but, oh, well, whatever, who cares, right? It happens right now, this time period, when they are creating food shortages, fuel shortages, fertilizer shortages. And it's very logical as a ritual to remove it now for what is about to happen this year and next year, leading up to 2025. And people are going to see an awful lot of what our ancestors 2 generations ago happened. It's the same thing that happens over and over. I don't know if you ever read the book Babylonian Woe. Fantastic book to read. And it's how they use usury, false religion, mind control, and war to control the masses. And how they're doing it again, but at a larger scale. And they don't hide. They tell you right what their agenda is, what their new commandments are, right on it. But now no more. It's been memory hold. And it's interesting as well is that 7 and 6 is 13, right? Another one of their sacred numbers.
Okay, where'd you get that? Why did you reference 7 and 6? Kind of lost me.
It happened on the 6th of July.
Oh, okay, the date. I got you. So
that's
13.
The chose it today.
Yeah, 403:33. Yeah, I got you. I'm following you now.
Yeah. There's a reason why they did it at the time. At the time, the date, and it wasn't by happen chance. It wasn't some dude in a car that somebody just showed up and pushed some explosives and took off. The reason why, where's the footage of the dude running off? We had the footage of the explosion, right?
Yeah.
Certainly had footage of it beforehand. They don't have that. If they do have that, they're going to hide it, and what they'll do is just fake it. They probably already did fake it.
Well, you got
all these states red.
Well, you've got all these people that are key with critical thinking, and they just got handed this crazy, just looking at the video that I got popped up, I was like wondering why is that background light blowing up, brighter than everything else? And critical thinkers are going to go, well, I'll go down, put all my energy into trying to figure this out and diverting our attention, the critical thinkers, to this particular little piece, which by and large, all it is was a granite, monument. That was blown up. Was it an attraction? Yes. Did it have some fancy words on it that a lot of people thought was very controversial? Absolutely.
Not even thought. I mean, come on. It was controversial. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. I just said it was absolutely. It was controversial. Absolutely. The thing of it is it was just a freaking rock with some scribbles on it. Now, did it have meaning? Yep, without a doubt. But all this was, it was nothing critical. Not like saying blowing up the trade towers in New York City. It was nothing critical like that. It was just a bunch of rock with some writing on it.
But to you, it wasn't critical. But to the people that were involved with this, it was absolutely critical. The same people that put it up, they also intended in having that be taken down. It's very interesting that it actually even has a similar kind of shit to the World Trade Center, doesn't it?
So so you're going down the rabbit hole of this was without a doubt some sort of Masonic or whatever rite, completing a rite. Jesuit rite. Ritual rite. Okay. Completing this to blow it up as
I mean, they created it like an altar, man. I mean, that slab on top of it is the shape of an altar.
Oh, okay.
A blood sacrifice altar. And if you ever saw any of the old images of it, and you can look it up, of the red stains on top of it. And a lot of people feel that they had actually committed blood sacrifices on top of that altar.
I'll have to look that up while you're talking.
Yeah.
Blood stains on top of the Georgia Guidestones. Let's see.
Yeah, look it up. And and they didn't just put it coincidentally in was it Albert Conley, like Albert Pike? And the government maintained it.
Okay.
The government maintained it. Why was the government maintaining a statue like that? Why not maintain other sketch statues with all sorts of other scribbling on it?
Well, I actually have found those that picture of the stains.
Yep.
It is. Yeah, that would be what blood would look like being on top of a piece of granite. To me, like I'm my expert in it, but definitely has that look.
And it also has the look of what an altar would be like.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's something else to look into. So, yeah, absolutely. And it's not only do I not theorizing, I just overwhelming evidence that everything about this was a ritual. It was deliberately done today for a good reason, to rabbit hole it. People will forget all about this. In the meantime, billions of people have received that poisonous jab, in which endless people have been damaged by it. It is not even up to debate. We're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands in this country alone have been damaged by it. And the consequences are going to happen down the road because of that. And infertility, birth defects, etc. And somebody who has MS, who has MS for 3 years because of poisonous injection that was forced on all of us, the working class, 13 years ago in 2009, trying to be as cryptic as possible so you don't have problems. But the fact of the matter is, that's what happened to me. And tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people that received that poisonous injection that year in 2009.
Yeah.
Also were damaged. And it's interesting, it happened the year after the housing bubble, in which the banks and the elites and the oligarchs stole billions of dollars from the American people. 2019, same thing happened again, where over $30 trillion were stolen from the American people. This is a fact. You can look it up. With the repo market, within 6 months, they start pushing this shot on everybody. Mandatory, over something that was never proven to be any kind of real threat. And it's interesting if you look at the time period as well, when they started this, as far as stealing from the American people and putting things in place, we're very darn close to 3.5 years. 2019, 2020, 2021, middle of 2022.
Mr. Wilson said, "There's the scorch mark, Shawn Dynamite." That was there long before the monument got blown up today, there, Mr. Wilson. But Mike, drop your. Tell us what your YouTube channel is. What the name of your YouTube channel is?
Well, my BitChute channel is Old Religion Dystopia, Knowing versus Belief. They took down my original YouTube channel on the 6th of January, 2021, because I was speaking truth. Which, ironically, they took down my channel around 4 a.m. on the 6th of January, along with thousands of others' channels. And by the way, had nothing to do with what was going on in Washington, D.C. With anybody who's speaking any truth a year and a half ago, they just eviscerated, just evaporated thousands of channels. Anybody who's seen especially the truth. I mean, I had thousands of subs. Now I can't even get a 200 on my new channel. But then again, my new channel, Old Religion Dystopia 2, I do mostly just reading the Bible right now, so nobody's going to be really interested. And I don't care. But
looks like you got a fan. Maggie Brooks called it, and she recognized your voice. So, in the chat.
Well,
there you go. So, yeah.
I mean, there you go. I mean, I don't know. Look it up.
Absolutely.
There's overwhelming evidence that what's going on. Also, R.C. Christian. A lot of people want to say that's Rosa Christian. I'm not here to be disrespectful to anybody's Roman Catholic, but 2 generations ago, they used to call Roman Catholics R.C. Christians.
Okay.
But most people don't know that, and most people don't think that, so then they don't go deep enough down the rabbit hole, as you said, and they stay stuck as this Rosa Christian, but the Rosa Christians don't have enough power to do much of anything today. Nor did they have any power in 1980. But there's one power block that's hugely powerful, and I hate to say this, because we're both Christians, but the honest truth is organized Christianity, the very top of it, is so corrupted, and they're a part of this. And they pretend to be Christians, but they're not. They're not even close. You can say yourself you're a Christian all day long, but that doesn't mean you're a Christian. You go to church every Sunday, and that don't mean you're a Christian.
Absolutely.
What it really is, it's in the heart. You're the walking temple. You are the temple. God, what Jesus did for us is have a personal relationship with Heavenly Father. Understand? And what they've done is they've used organized religion to snare and to trap and fool a lot of people. And a lot of people who think that they are Catholics or Orthodox or this, that, or the other, because they're Christians, because the church they belong to, and they never even bother to read the book. They don't even know Jesus. They know of him, but they don't know him. And I'm not condemning them. But it's that same group mentality, groupthink. By the way, we see this happening in Bigfoot research and the cryptid research, don't we? This group mentality where you're not allowed to think outside the box.
Yep, especially the
Starting-
depends on what circle of friends you have and what theories they hold absolutely gospel true. Rock solid cornerstone of their theories. If you don't go along with that, you're out. Personally, it depends on the day. Especially with dogman theories, depends on the day and the last person I talked to. If I was actually influenced by their theory, if this is actually a flesh and blood spiritual being or a demon, I believe it's all above. But that's just me.
Yeah, the spirits, ethereal beings. We know about it. We hear the story about Abraham and the three angels having dinner and eating with them, Lot and spending the night with them, Jacob wrestling with that angel. He's wrestling with them.
Yeah,
Listen,
and not to mention Solomon summoning and controlling the demons to build his temple.
Absolutely, you're right. So that we've known, and that's just our Christian. That from the collection of books we call the Bible, what we know of. But every culture, throughout time, it's interesting. I had a great opportunity today. I talked 2 hours at M.K. Davis, an old friend of mine. We did like a 20-part, 2-dozen-part series back in 2017 about Bigfoot and Patterson film and everything else. Right? I love M.K. Davis. And we were talking about that, and I brought up this. And said, you know what? The American Indian Wars didn't officially end until 1920. It takes about a generation to erase everyone's memory of their history.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think a generation or 100 years. I think it's less than a generation to erase people's memory. Well, literally, with today's disinformation that's popping out, you give it a week and people's already forgot about major events.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But back then they didn't have that.
Right.
And the elders and their traditions had to be erased. It takes about a generation, and this has been well documented over hundreds of years. So this is what you do. You have to eliminate all the traditions and wisdom and knowledge. Then Patterson shows up. Patterson film. And the next thing you know, all of a sudden it all has to be nothing but flesh and blood. It's some humanoid primate. And you notice there's nothing talked about on the television, in the movie theaters, until the internet. And only now in the past couple of years, is there enough people who have enough guts to say that there might be something, a spiritual aspect to all this Dogman, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, etc. But I mean, even 10 years ago, you weren't allowed to talk this way, man. You would have been shunned. You would have been kicked out of the Bigfoot community, period. And isn't it interesting? They created a derogatory term called woo, the woo factor, right?
Right.
To describe the spiritual side. But they don't have any derogatory term when it comes to the physical side of things. It's kind of like conspiracy theorists. The same people who gave us conspiracy theorists are the same ones that end up giving us the woo. And I just would like everybody to think a little more clearly when you're using these terms that can be, and you might think that's just being silly and just having fun, but there might be something more behind the reason why that term was pushed into the forefront of the Bigfoot community. Because they don't want can manifest when the conditions are right in the physical form. And you're going to have to explain to me how I've seen these things pop out of the ground and out of trees. And not just me, but thousands of other people just like me seen it as well. And there ain't no way you're going to tell me there's some simplest physical being, some physical being like an elephant or an ape or a man can do that, because you can't, and they can't. And to just dismiss what I am saying and what thousands of others are saying, and just say it's woo or some Christian nonsense, it's awfully convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that we're in the midst of a big theatrical production to change the hearts of the world to get it in line with end of days. Personally, that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
We'll stick to it until you've been able to prove it wrong. But yeah, man. So thanks for listening to me, and someday I'll be more than happy to share my story about my journey, my experiences with Bigfoot. But if you guys want to hear my story, I did do an interview with a guy named Steve Renner from.
Oh yeah, I know Steve. Steve's a good
familiar,
guy.
Strange Familiars, right?
Strange Familiars. I had him on my show about 2 years ago.
On his channel, he cut the interview by over 60%. Anything that had to do with Lucifer and angels and anything else, he didn't want any of that stuff. He just cut a lot of stuff. But if you go to my channel on Old Religion Dystopia 2, and you scroll down, you can hear the full interview and everything that I said. If you guys were interested. So.
I'm going to have to do an entire show with you, Mike. But I'll keep in touch. See if we can get you on here.
Yeah,
we'll talk about
George Geist too, because that's what I was thinking about today. I said, cool. Well, he's talking about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah. Say your name, your channel name one more time, where they can see you and hear you and all that kind of stuff. Since you were kind enough to be.
So my YouTube channel is called Old, like OLD, Religion Dystopia. And that's Dystopia 2, because it got rid of my first channel. I used to have, well, it doesn't matter. I used to have thousands. Now I can't even get 200. These shadow bans so bad. But anyway, and then on BitChute, it's Old Religion Dystopia, Knowing versus Belief. Just look up Old Religion Dystopia, and there's nobody else has quite a strange name as mine. So. It's hard to say, but
yeah.
But if you think about it, it has a lot to do. So, all right. So, dude, unless you want me to stay on, I'm going to let you go because I don't want to.
I appreciate you. I'm about ready to wrap this thing up anyway, but it actually turned out to be a pretty freaking cool show. I liked it. On topic, on point. So, absolutely.
Roger.
Mike, I appreciate you. God bless you. And I'll talk to you a little bit later, sir.
God bless everybody else in the chat. All right, man. Bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see. We got about 15 more minutes left in the show. Internet is the beast system, according to Holly. And I can't argue with that one. Cannot argue with that one. But holy cow, definitely something that you need to look into. We have been talking about, it started out with a little bit of CERN with all the crazy stuff that was happening yesterday, and people that started out feeling, did you feel any different yesterday? That's absolutely great in casual conversations. I appreciate that. Drop that link in a couple more times. But absolutely, he is. I've talked to him a couple of times already, and I enjoy talking to this fellow, Mike. Mike is a great guy. Old Religion Dystopia 2, Arlene. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, let me just pop that up. Where did I saw June drop at? There it is. Let me get this up there. Find it, and then I'll kind of showcase his little thing there. There it is. Thank you again, GNA, for dropping that. Well, if my internet will, there you go. Let's share this out. Share screen, share Brave browser, and then there you go. And there is the gentleman that was just called in, and he only has 170 subscribers. Come on, 70 people in here, or 66 right now. Run over there and sub to that fella. I think you will definitely get some great content, some good information for sure. So, Old Religion, Dystopia 2. Run over and sub to this channel if you don't mind. Yeah, that dude definitely needs more subscribers for sure. Absolutely. And if you want to be a part of the show, last few minutes of the show, I've always said if you keep calling, I'll stay on. And then I wound up being shy of 5 hours. So if you want me to be on a little bit longer, call in 931-994-6917, and we'll see what you're talking about, seeing especially about this Georgia Guidestone, the destruction today. They got rid of that son of a gun pretty quick. I don't know what exactly the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, did on behalf of wondering what, or answering the question why and how, what kind of demolition happened with that thing. Was it dew-based, the directed energy weapon? Was it a stick of dynamite? Was it some plastics of some sort? Don't know. My curious thing, which I absolutely have issue with, being a chemical whatever explosion. Shawn, just a second. Let me pull this up, grab this thing here, and we'll run through it one more time. I know I've already run this freaking thing into the ground, but for the folks that are just popping in, this is actually the Georgia Guidestones at 4:03, 30 seconds this morning. And here it is. And you can see back here, this little light source, which I think it's a floodlight, either captures the explosion from within the dust cloud there, which I'm rewinding it right now. Happens quite, to me, it just may be the security camera is, oversaturated with the light from the reflectors from the floodlight. But it definitely is strange without a doubt. And there's no scorch marks on that monument whatsoever. But that's my whole thing. I have no clue. I'm not a demolition expert. If anybody is in the house that is a demolition expert or comes up with after the fact and watches this thing and hears me ask, put it in the comments, would some TNT or plastics or whatever leave scorch marks? Because there certainly wasn't any scorch marks whatsoever that I saw in the flyby. Hold on just a second. We'll pull up the flyby here. It's all the explosion to that degree, but here's actual flyby. A helicopter passes over it. Anybody see any scorch marks whatsoever, especially on the crumbled section of the Georgia Guidestones? I don't see them. I would think it would be, but my demolition expertise is shooting off fireworks. And of course, I have no clue. Donnie Cho puts his immense martial arts skills and his game playing into saying he has no demolition skills whatsoever. So there you go. So I see absolutely no marks whatsoever, but like I said, no demolition expert here, and I don't claim to be. But if you are, spontaneous explosion, Mr. Wilson says, I have no clue. Why would it be a spontaneous explosion? What caused it? Sue Ashwell says rods of God caused this, and I can't say that I have any kind of. Oh, wait a minute! Wait! Right? I don't know. Is that a demolition mark right there? That little black thing right there in the middle stone? I don't know, but couldn't tell you. But that's a little black marker. Interesting to say the least. Is all I got to say. I'm sure somebody will have in-depth pictures from crime scene or whatever, and the whole shebang will pop up on the internet. But we shall see in the near future, and I'm sure people will say, "Hey, a year from now, let's get the information that we didn't have a year ago when this actually happened on July 6th." And say, "This is what we knew." Will it be more strange than we're theorizing right now? Who knows? Maybe. It may be hand washing and it's done. I'm sure they'll come out with this was the end all be all reason why these came down. Like I said, probably within the next 24 to 48 hours, someone will probably come up or some group will probably come up and say, "Hey, we demolished this because of this reason." Or whoever built the thing, the Jesuits writes, you texted you some YouTube videos on the Guidestones. You did? Well, Yukon, I can't show other YouTube videos on here. I can pretty much get away with stuff that pops on, like, say, Twitter or something like that. And then, did you see the various poles, rods around those stones? Looked metal too. Let's go back there and look. I did not. Wasn't specifically looking at that. Let's go. Metal rods. I can't see any metal rods, but I do see a little black streak right there in the middle stone there. But yeah, you gotta, Yukon, as I'm growing my channel, I gotta be pretty careful with, not angering the YouTube folks. So I'd have to be Sue Johnson. I appreciate the YouTube link, but I won't be able to play the YouTube link. All the stuff that I post right now, I have to go through their algorithm and make sure there's no whatever copyright strikes on it. So the Jesuit oath. Well, let's look at that. I'm kind of curious since Mike kind of looked that up. Let me look up the Jesuit oath. Let's do that. Jesuit oath PDF. Hey, I got the PDF. Is the one called Darkness Falling? Holy cow, that's pages and pages and pages. Let's see. USATheRepublican.com. PDF filer, Jesuit oath file online, printable, fillable. I don't know how reliable this is. Couldn't tell you. Let's see. Pope. Accept, deny, use data. I blank now in the presence of the Almighty God, Blessed Virgin Mary, blah, 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 blah. It sounds like it's Catholicism for sure. Let's see. Well, let me share the screen. I don't know how trustworthy this particular website is, but it looks like the same thing that I just read. Let's see that. Here we go. Oh, This is text the oath. Presence Almighty God, Blessed Virgin Mary, the Blessed Saint John the Baptist, Holy Apostles Peter and Paul, and a bunch of I do swear kind of deal. That is interesting. I don't know if this is actually the real script that the Jesuits have to say, write, pronounce, whatever. I don't know. But I'll go ahead and put this down in the chat if you want. If you want to, it may not. Full disclosure, I have no clue if this is the real deal or not. But here you go. Where is my chat thing here? Why is YT so strict on some people and yet other people can do reaction videos and a bunch of followers for it? Money, the big old dollaries, whatever it is, Bitcoin, you name it. That is the coin of the realm, whatever the coin of the realm they come up with. That's it. And ego. Ego is definitely one of my big things I learned really hard and fast. Money has nothing to do with ego, and ego has everything to do with money, and vice versa. But ego usually outrules money, hands down. I've seen millions of dollars spent and wasted, all to satisfy an ego. Without a doubt. Holy cow, without a doubt. But there you go. So we got about another minute and a half. I have not decided to do anything with the Friday slot that I vacated when I stopped doing the Southern Supernatural show. And if you have not heard, well, it was Monday when I did a impromptu middle of the day show. I stopped Southern Supernatural because God came to me and said, Shawn, you've got to stop this show. This is taboo. You go any further, it's done. You know, I was looking at a whole lot of stuff spiritually that I needed to take care of. And I have no bad or ill will toward either Danielle or Tina at all. God bless them. Wish them the best. But I deleted. If you have noticed, there is no Southern Supernatural you could possibly find unless you downloaded it before I deleted it on any platform that I'm associated with. It's gone. So, and that was me being obedient to God, without a doubt. So that's why Southern Supernatural is no more. I think Danielle started her own show. If you want to go over and look at whatever Danielle's doing, you're more than happy and welcome to do that. If you feel you need to do that, go right ahead. So, and I just got a message. Robert. Oh, Khalil just sent me a. That's interesting. I have to look that up. Fellow I did a show with not too long ago. Oh, I did do a show before I get off on this thing. I recorded a two-parter with. Hold on just a second. What was that lady's name? Oh, Lord have mercy. I know her name is jumped off the page. What the heck? Oh, my sweet Googa Mooga. I know I got her here somewhere. Oh, nope, that's not it. Kelly, there it is. Kelly Schutz. SCHUTZ. I did a 2-hour special with her last night. And let's go and she's going to have a two-parter, which she started out, let's go for an hour and then wound up being 2 hours. I did 2 hours with her. And she asked some crazy questions, which, I love crazy questions. I'm not saying that as a putting off on the ladies' way of doing things, but here is her Facebook page, and she does disembodied voices. And I did a 2-hour show with her, pre-recorded it. Oh, it looks like Ann Celine was on her show as well. I know that a couple other my other podcast friends has sat with her and done a show with her. But I look forward to this. I think she's going to have it in podcast format and also with this. What is this? Paraflix. I will be posting it as close to or the day of it pops on Paraflix on my social media accounts. So there you go. And there's a 3-day free whatever. 3-day free thing for Paraflix that you can go in and watch whatever you want for 3 days. Hopefully, if you want to watch me live like you're seeing me right now, I don't know why in the world you won't see my face, but there you go. It was fun being on there with her, without a doubt. Should I tell you about this interesting thing that happened to me in the last week? Or should I, wait and use this as maybe doing a Friday show? It's about strange thing, which I don't think I put this out or anything anywhere in particular. I know a handful of friends knows about it. Some close friends. Now I'll just wait. I'll just wait. If I do a Friday show, I will tell you about it. But I had something pop up in my bedroom physically that I had not seen in a good 20 years in a conspicuous place. And I still can't explain it other than the dream that followed that was strange on top of it, but it was a good dream. But I might do it. I don't know. I'll talk to my friends about it and see. Hey, this I kind of shared it with a couple of friends, and I shared it with Kelly Shoots on there. But I don't know when it's actually going to be out. As soon as I know the air date, Catalyst, I'll let you guys know on my platforms, especially in the community tab on my YouTube and then my IG account, my Facebook and Twitter, and definitely over on my Discord channel. Hold on just a second. Let me get my Discord channel here. I have not actually. I did not start my Discord because of the internet crap. Did that thing that popped up pitch you ideas for Friday? No, this was not a spirit that popped up there, Donnie. Was not a spirit. This was actually a physical thing. A piece of paper popped up. I have no clue how this thing that I absolutely had forgotten about popped up in the middle of my freaking bedroom. But free to invite. If you want to be a part of the Discord channel, it's free to join. There's no money involved other than downloading the Discord app and popping in the Discord channel. And then there's a bunch of people that are in there right now that are part of the other channels. And, I have no problems with people posting whatever they need to, as long as it's adult. The adult crap, the porn crap, I will block you about as fast as you can post it, or my bots will, definitely. But if you're adult, you're open-minded, and have an argument there is great. But if you start get down with some crazy drama crap, I will get rid of you as quick as possible. I know I talk about that all the time, but I'm about as drama free or try to avoid drama, but it finds me for whatever freaking reason. But anyway. But if you want to be a part of the Discord channel, there's a link in there. If you're on the other platforms, hit me up at ShawnG at IamDarkWaters.com and say, hey, I'd like to be a part of your Discord channel. I will drop you a link to join the Discord channel. Or if you know other people that are in my Discord chat, like Arlene there. Are you still with that spiritual girl? Which spiritual girl are you talking about there, Mr. Hugh? If you're talking about Shawn, Shawn and I are still talking. She's had a lot of issues with work. Oh my God, that poor lady. The little girl that I had pray for, that's on the prayer chain. That was her boss's. She's actually Shauna is a assistant DON, the director of nursing for a nursing home up in Ohio. And she had to take over her department of nurse or director of nursing's duties because her daughter was in that ATV accident. So, and she literally got about 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep a night. Has been doing that for the last few weeks. I don't know if she's currently doing that now or not. She emailed me a couple of days ago saying that everything's okay, but we'll go from there. But there you go. You'd like to meet a spiritual girl someday. Now, are you talking about the eighth? If you're talking about the eighth soul that actually, I got kind of obsessed with the eighth soul there for a little bit, sketching and posting and all of that stuff. I have no clue who that is. No clue. But let's see, Jennifer Metzger. I'm curious about the Friday shows in particular. Different or okay religiously than the other shows where cryptid, ghosts, disembodied voices, shapeshifters, etc. are discussed. For the Friday show, I know tonight's show is like a copy and paste of Saturday night show I do over on the Dark Waters Fringe.fm kind of stuff. I'd like to do something a little bit different, for Friday. Or if I do pick up Fridays again, I don't know. I may just do an impromptu kind of whatever until I kind of get a handle on what's going on with it. But yeah, I don't know, Jennifer. If by chance, here's my question for you. If you were me, or if you're a fan of how I do things, what would you like to see for the Friday show? I'm kind of not going to go down doing the card throwing and stuff like that, tarot stuff. I kind of, God did not like me getting involved with that kind of stuff. And oh my God, no, can't do that no more. But that being said, if you want to do something else with that, throw out some ideas. Send me either a direct message on the various platforms, Twitter, Facebook, or send me ShawnG at imdarkwaters.com email, or call me at 931-994-6917. This thing right here. Yeah, that little sucker right there is going by at the bottom of the screen. Now, I do answer the calls. Aaron called me today, which took me just a minute because I was setting up my equipment to get on board to get this show running earlier this morning. But there you go. I will do what the Lord wants done, Darkwater says. Absolutely. Definitely clear it with him first. But I absolutely, without a doubt, and that's the reason why I start Friday's show. Was God said that's taboo, don't touch it no more. And if you can find any place that has a copy of that Friday show, let me know, because I've already taken it down on all the platforms that I can control. So, and got rid of all the remnants, hopefully, of that. But definitely not one of those things that I want to get down with anymore. But there you go. Let's see. All right. So I guess what we'll probably do is end the show with my usual prayer. Prayer starts and finishes, or the show starts and finishes with prayer. And then there's been probably 2 or 3 that I either didn't start the show with a prayer or wind up missing the final prayer. But here's this one. Lord Jesus Christ, and I love and mercy, establish a perimeter of protection around everyone that's listening, participated, and myself, and all our loved ones, those who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard us and all our possessions, establishing a perimeter of protection around us, rendering us immune from any kind of demonic influence. I ask that No demonic bondage, door, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit may enter the space of 100 yards in any direction of us. Ask that any demons within this vicinity or any that should try to enter here be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of all weapons, power, armor, illusions, and authority, that thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating and interacting with each other in any way. Remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross, Jesus, Son of the Most High. Ask this in thy glorious and most holy name. Please, Father, send your angels of mercy and healing to those that are spiritually, physically, mentally hurting or in need of your love and support. And the only way that we know how to ask for. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. All right, folks, that is the end of the show. I hope you liked it. Definitely I actually like this kind of conspiracy stuff with the Georgia Guidestones. And who knows what will happen. But there you go. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. And keep it between the mayonnaise and mustard, folks. And I'm out of here, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this end button over here.